I'm Dan Meis of MEIS Architects. I'm a designer of stadiums and arenas. We're here today at the World Stadium Congress and talking a lot about what is the future of stadiums. One of the things that our practice is particularly interested in is that we're seeing the cost of these buildings really becoming prohibitive, and a lot of it is that owners and developers and clubs are trying to make the buildings more than just a stadium by adding a lot of things and adding a lot of premium VIP, but that's driving the cost of the buildings up. And particularly in Europe, we've seen the stadiums now starting to cost $1 billion, £1 billion in some cases. And we feel it's really going to be prohibitive for some clubs to be able to service that kind of investment. So interestingly, we're finding ourselves going a bit looking at history and how European stadiums, particularly English football stadiums, grew up over time, and would start with one stand, and as the team grew, the stands would add, and they ended up being these kind of quirky things, but they were very intimate, all about football and stands right on top of the pitch, and they were a lot less expensive to build. So what we're really challenged with these days is, how do you do both? How do you really respect that history of how a building grows up over time, and then try and put the things into it that really are going to drive the revenues without making the building so big that the typical club can't afford to do it and get stuck in a situation where they're in an old building and really can't get out of it. Some of our current experience where we're looking at these issues, we designed a new stadium for AS Roma, which had spent, much of the club's history sharing a building with Lazio in Rome, a former Olympic stadium. Not particularly great for football, again, because it was an athletics facility, and so the track pushed the seats away from the pitch. So it's going to be the first brand new stadium in Rome with seats right on top of the pitch. And again, it does have some development around it to make it more of a stadium, more of a destination than just a stadium. But the stadium itself is actually relatively simple and very much focused on football first. And then our most recent project is a new stadium for Everton Football Club in Liverpool. It has all of the incredible hallmarks of history from a very historic club, a very passionate fan base, a very strong rivalry between Everton and the crosstown club Liverpool. And we have a very interesting site in that it's a historic dock that's part of a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So we're actually filling the dock and building the stadium on the dock itself, and it becomes a big iconic sort of skyline element for Liverpool as cruise ships come up and down the Mersey. So it has a little bit of everything in it, and we're very excited about it.